And we'll do in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to start.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, welcome to Lady on the Street podcast. We're filming episode 3 right now with a very talented photographer here in San Antonio, a man who truly knows how to capture a moment in time. He's had a hand in several downtown projects, including revamping Peacock Alley into a social meetup spot. He's helped launch a campaign for the San Antonio Coffee Festival, and he's even authored a book called Humans of SA. It's a collection of candid photographs and short stories about the everyday person in the street. And it's kind of reminiscent of what this podcast is about. So the whole there's more than meets the eye to a person that you see, a person you don't know. So this guy's street photography isn't limited to San Antonio. Michael Cirlos, welcome and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Thanks.
Well, so I know just by looking at your social media, your Instagram, it seems like you have such a busy life. You're always on the go. You're always doing something, right? Is life treating you well?
Yeah, it is. Life has been super busy this year. You know what? I've also had some time to focus on myself and to reconnect with some family that I haven't seen in a long time. So, that was really awesome. My mom is from the Philippines,
Mhm.
and I went to the Philippines this year to reconnect with some cousins, some aunts and uncles, and that's always a great time.
That's awesome. I was gonna say, so you're always like I said, I always see that you're somewhere else, but what brings you back to San Antonio? Why here?
You know what? San Antonio, is a place that I was born. I was born downtown San Antonio. I feel like I have a connection, emotional connection to San Antonio, and I do see a lot of potential, and I see a lot of opportunity for growth, and I'd like to be a part of that, and like to help San Antonio become or reach its potential in some way. And and so for me, it has been about storytelling. It has been about approaching people on the streets and saying hello and asking them to share a little bit about themselves.
Awesome. So tell me, you asked for we start this with Lady on the Street. We're starting every episode learning about a drink, and I feel like a drink tells so much about a person. You chose whiskey water.
Yes.
Why?
Oh my gosh. You know what? Whiskey is so delicious. I like tequila too, but whiskey for me is my go-to. I just love all kinds of whiskey. I love Japanese whiskey too, and I have some ice cubes, some big ice cubes in the fridge that
Yeah.
I always have ready to go in case I want to have a little sip. I don't know. For me, it's just an easy drink, and I just enjoy it. There's a lot out there to choose from.
Mhm.
I usually drink Nub Creek.
Okay.
It's really good. You haven't tried it yet, but yeah, it's just an easy drink, and so I go for it.
It
That's the best thing. Yeah,
because it's so peppery, I feel like it's a good winter drink, but do you drink it all year round? Do people drink whiskey all the time?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think whiskey is a drink you can drink all year round,
Uh,
and it's such a classic drink as well. I feel like
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it goes back, and so there's just a lot of options, and I really like that. And um, whenever I'm out going to a speakeasy or something, I usually go for like an old fashioned or something like that. I guess I know this sounds all really simple and but I just like to keep it simple. So
Yeah.
whiskey and water is good for me. Um, if there is something on the menu that looks really tasty, I'll try that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Every time I feel like the devil's going down my throat. I'm like, "Ugh," every time I drink it. But I'm learning. It'll grow in me, I think. So you mentioned that your mom is from the Philippines. Is she there or here in San Antonio?
She's here in San Antonio,
Yeah.
yes, and she's been in San Antonio since she was like 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
and so yeah, she met my dad in high school, and I came to be when she was in her early 20s, and but yeah, you know what? She's an awesome person. My mom is a hustler.
oh,
She made it happen. Single mom, most uh most of her life raising us, me and my brother and my sister. So shout out to my mom for doing such a badass job.
I love that. What's her name?
Her name is Sherry.
Shout out to Sherry.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit then. You said you went to the Philippines. When did you go? Was it recently? How many
Yeah.
months ago?
Yeah, I went in it was this summer. I went in July. Yeah, mid-July.
How
It
was
was
it?
really
You
cool.
loved it?
Yeah, I loved it. It's really nice. The Philippines has a lot to offer. I
Mhm.
think it really depends on what you want to do, how much you want to spend, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you're going to relax, it's definitely a good place for that. There's a lot of beautiful beaches, beautiful islands. The culture is super chill. Everyone's very welcoming. The Philippines is known for having like the best hospitality in the world. The people are there are just so welcoming of all uh, races and cultures and ethnicities. It really is a melting pot because in the Philippines there's like over 100 different dialects of Tagalog.
Yeah.
So you can go to different island and get it. Yeah, I mean it's still Filipino, but
Mhm.
you're experiencing like in a way a new culture.
Yeah.
The food is different, the language is different, and uh, and so there you could spend lifetime just exploring the Philippines. There's so many islands. There's like 1,000 plus islands
Mm.
more. So yeah, it's definitely a good place if you want to be adventurous for sure.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad
Yeah,
you had a good time there. Do you wanna go back?
yeah, I do. I hope to go back next year. I like to go at least once a year, and it's just it's a cool spot. I'm actually thinking about planning a trip with Scotch Willington. He has done a couple of murals in downtown San Antonio. He did the mural after mine in Peacock Alley,
Okay.
and he's a wonderful artist. I actually had him come over to my place, and he painted a couple of murals for me. Um, one in the living room and one in the entrance room.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're buddies, and I did ask him to come with me, on the next trip if he'd be interested in painting a mural in the
Yeah.
Philippines. At my aunt's house, she has a wall that faces the public street
Oh,
that I
wow.
think would be perfect for a mural. And so I've asked him. He says he's down. He sent me a photo of his passport that he just got. So I think we're gonna go for it.
Oh, that's really exciting.
Yeah,
That's cool. You'll have to share that on your Insta.
yeah, for sure, definitely. I think it'll be cool.
So, I wanted to ask, I mean, your business is photography, video, right? You're
Yes.
creating things on social now and wherever else you're sharing them, but how did you get started in that? Where did that begin?
Yeah, for me, it was just sort of, well, I asked myself the question, what can I do to give back to community?
Mhm.
I was young. I came back from living abroad in Amsterdam. I'm back in San Antonio, and to be honest with you, I missed the Amsterdam lifestyle. I missed the walkability. I missed the public transportation, and I just missed all the community engagement you get when you're out on the streets, just walking from school to the coffee shop or to the park. You can do all that there. And when I came back to San Antonio, we're so spread out, and it hit me, and I was like, "Oh," and I'm from San Antonio.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how spread out it was until I came back from
Yes.
living abroad, and I was like, "Wow, why do we live so far away from each other? What can I do to help bring us a little bit closer together?"
Yeah.
And so I was having this conversation over some drinks with a friend, and while she was um, listening to me vent, I think she tired of listening to me and busted out her phone, and she was scrolling, I guess, on her feed or whatever, and she came across the Humans of New York page, and then she was like, "You know what? You seem really passionate about this. Like you want to do something." And she was like, "You should do what this guy is doing." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "Wow, this looks pretty cool." It was a way to engage community and have them share a little bit about themselves, but also about the city of San Antonio. And so I kind of just went for it. I bought a camera, and I didn't know anything about photography. I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos
Yeah.
and read a bunch of stuff online.
You can learn anything on YouTube now.
Seriously, there's so much information online. You can become whoever you want to become. All the information is available to you
Mhm.
on the internet. It's amazing. Yeah, so for me, it was okay. How can I learn how to take pictures
Yeah.
you know, and so that's what I learned about a camera, and I kind of just went for it. I was really bad in the beginning. I didn't know what I was doing at all. I got a lot of rejection, and but it didn't deter me. I kept on going for it, and to make a long story short, 5 years went by. I interviewed just about 1,000 people on the streets of downtown San Antonio, and Trinity University selected 250 photos for the Humans of San Antonio book. Yeah, it
Wow.
was really cool.
So you would just go find anybody who looked interesting, go up to them. What would you even say?
You know what? I wanted to make a point that I was including everyone,
Mhm,
right? So if I went to my catalog and I noticed, okay, I have so many of this kind of people or
mhm.
whatever, I'd make it my point to find people who weren't all the same or not um, as in my catalog, right? So I looked for as much diversity as I could because I wanted the stories to be as diverse as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, and so that was published in 2019,
Um,
2018?
it was in 2018. Yes,
2018.
2018. Wow, that was a while ago.
I know. I feel like it's the pandemic just erases like a big chunk in time, you know?
Yes, yes. What a crazy year that was.
Oh, it sure was. Well, so you went from, taking all these pictures, putting a book together. What happened after the book? Did you just start posting on social a lot more or
So after the book, I was like, wow, is this the end of Humans of San Antonio?
yeah.
It was such an accomplishment for me, or I didn't even know this would happen, to be honest with you. I was just enjoying being downtown, engaging in community, just getting to learn my neighbors. It was a way for me to be adventurous,
Yeah.
It was a way for me to reconnect with my community. I didn't know that, Trinity would be interested in putting a book together.
Mhm.
And I'm so thankful for Tom and everyone at Trinity University Press for putting this book together. But it was, yeah, after the publication, after the book signing event at Rosella's coffee shop. Well, it's no longer
It's
Rosella's.
not, yeah.
It's I think it's Commonwealth now.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it was an amazing experience for me. I'm super grateful that happened. But I did think to myself, like, I guess this is the end. The book has been published. Should I continue to reengage and tell people's stories? And in fact, I did continue doing that in different ways, not necessarily through Humans of San Antonio, but I did see an opportunity in downtown San Antonio to maybe bring back Humans of San Antonio one more time.
Yeah.
I noticed in downtown San Antonio, we didn't have hardly any public art murals.
Yeah.
Large scale, none. I mean, I think there was one. I didn't know why. I didn't really ask too many questions about it, but I did started to put together some proposals, and I did started to think about, well, what if I could learn how to install a public art mural in downtown San Antonio?
Yeah.
I have some photos. Maybe I can start with those photos from the book. And I reached out to a number of different people and organizations, and everyone told me no.
Oh,
It
no.
was really, yeah, it was like, no, we don't necessarily want something on a historic building,
Yeah.
you know. But I did find one downtown property owner um, with Zurich International Properties, the 110 Broadway building,
Mhm.
agreed to experiment with this idea of putting a large scale wheat paste mural
Mhm.
in Peacock Alley on his building,
Yeah.
which I thought was awesome that he was going to provide this opportunity, but also it's wheat paste. It's not going to cause any damage to the
Yeah.
building, to the historic
Mhm.
building, right? We could put it up and we could easily take it down, and you wouldn't even know there was a mural
Yeah.
on the building. So he agreed, um, gave me a little stipend, a little budget, if you will,
Yeah.
to print out some photos from the Humans of San Antonio book and put on a community activation in Peacock Alley, an underutilized space,
Yeah.
an urban space, and it was awesome. It was awesome to learn how to install a mural, print your photos at that scale.
Yeah.
I think the mural was like 97 feet long and 20 feet tall, and it took a couple of days to install it. It was definitely a process and a learning experience for me, but you know what? It happened. We made it happen, and we had a huge community event supporting
Yeah.
local businesses in Peacock Alley, and it started something. for downtown San Antonio. I had a couple of other downtown property owners reach out to me to see how we can install another wheat paste mural. And when we did a second one,
Yeah.
we installed a second wheat paste mural at the 207 Broadway building. It was, I believe it's Mitch McManus's building, right there at the French bakery.
Hmm.
So we did a second mural, and that was also an amazing
Yeah.
experience. I was also like, just I can't believe this is happening. Maybe we're gonna do a third one.
Yeah.
It was at that moment, Centro San Antonio, saw the potential in having a more public art,
Hmm.
large public art murals in downtown. And now there's an Art Everywhere program
Yeah.
at Centro San Antonio that Andy Rodriguez leads. And to my knowledge, there's been over 100 murals in downtown, and I believe over 300,000, maybe close to $1 million in grant funding
Jeez.
has been raised to support this public art mural.
That's great.
It has changed the look of downtown, if you
Yeah.
will. It's
No, that's really good. And now you see people just going up to all these like random locations that would have been bare and taking pictures and they're like insta walling this and yeah, it's really cool how it started with just like that one building. And they have what? Is it like monthly events or Peacock Alley? I feel like there's always something happening down there now.
Yeah, that's right. There's events now every summer
Yeah.
in Peacock Alley. It's incredible. There's been numerous activations
Yeah.
supporting local business and artists. I mean, you name it. Like you can have a good time, a really cool experience in Peacock Alley. It's always different every time. Shout out to Lisbert and the team over at Centro for
Yeah.
continuing this and turning it into what it is today. It's really
Yeah.
incredible. I don't know if you noticed the humongous Spurs mural on Houston Street, Houston and Navarro, I believe. There's a huge Spurs mural that just went up, so you'll have to
I have
check
to go
that one
look at
out.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's so
Yeah,
cool. What
really
is it?
cool.
Is it Wemby or it's just like the logo?
It's a dedication. You'll have to stop by and check it out for
Yeah.
sure, but it's a candle.
Well,
Yep,
yes, I have. Wemby's just like brought it's rejuvenated the Spurs fandom, you know?
absolutely. I can't wait until we, really start getting into the swing of things.
Yeah,
I really think the Spurs right now have a lot of potential. I think we're gonna get back to where we used to be.
I hope so. There's nothing like it, right? Not I mean, San Antonio really loves their Spurs.
It's a religion,
It sure is, like the candle.
like the candle.
That's funny. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you then a little bit about how you're using your social media and everywhere you go, right? Do you already know what you wanna photograph? Do you go with, like, a list and you try to tackle them all, or is it spur of the moment? Or
You
both?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, actually. I'm thinking of photography in different ways. You know, I really enjoy taking people's street portraits,
Mhm,
but I also really enjoy photographing people in their element, like in their natural state. Candid photos of
mhm.
them interacting with others, whether it be at an event or on the streets of
Yeah,
downtown San Antonio. When I went to the Philippines, of course, I brought my camera and I took photos of my family members, just kind of hanging out in the
yeah,
community and uh, playing basketball out on the streets, that sort of thing. And I really have a passion for capturing those moments, those candid moments. I think right now because I don't know, I just feel like um, you can't replicate.
no,
As soon as that moment comes in life and you're anticipating it, you're waiting for it, you almost can see it happen before it does happen.
yeah,
I feel like when you get the hang of things,
mhm,
when you have practice, you really start to become really good at anticipation,
yeah,
and you can see things unfold before they actually do. And you're ready for that moment, and you see it happen, and then you're taking the photo. And I I think that's sort of how I'm known in San Antonio. I feel like if someone wants to reach out to me to have me photograph their event, it's because they know I'm gonna get some good photos of people really engaging,
Yeah.
you know, and I
Those
take
are
a
the good photos all the time. Yeah.
yeah, it's just look it's just so authentic and natural. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So I think the- it's great for marketing too because you
Yeah.
can really show like, hey, this is how our event really was.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
You
cool.
know? Yeah, it's cool.
What would you tell somebody if they're wanting to, start they wanna be a photographer, but they know nothing about it? What's your advice to them?
Uh, do you know what? I honestly I'd advise them to just go on the internet. You know, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Research, watch YouTube videos, have fun with it,
Yeah.
meet other people who are also photographers, you know, tag along and you know, don't take it too seriously, have fun
Yeah.
and you know, if it's something you do become passionate about, then you know, go for it and
Yeah.
see. Don't quit your day job. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Everybody is technically a photographer now.
I
You know,
was gonna ask that.
we have cell phones.
Mhm.
They take great photos. You know.
Yeah, that's cool. Has social media helped you, or does it make it more challenging because everybody has it in their hand. They can take photos. There's so much competition out there.
Yeah, you know what? It's a tough topic. I feel like for a lot of the professionals out there, you know who you are. You've worked really hard
Mhm.
at trying to become a proficient photographer.
Mhm.
You are studying the craft, you're studying the art behind it,
Mm.
right? You are investing a lot of your time and energy and money because photography is not cheap.
I know.
Cameras are expensive. They're getting cheaper. The technology is getting better. But if you want a really good camera, you're still going to spend, you know, several $1,000s
Mhm.
on a camera and all the lenses and everything, the memory cards, the batteries. It's expensive. So people who do take their content seriously
Mhm.
are investing. And I don't know if social media is favoring, I don't know if social media is looking at the metadata of
No.
images
Yeah.
and leaning towards pushing photos that have been taken or videos that have been taken with their smartphones.
Well, that yeah.
I don't know, but you know, I don't know, and I do want to say that social media, in a way, has sort of undermined professionals' work because people are expecting images to look a certain way now
Mhm.
online, and if it's not a vertical, you know, then I don't know, maybe your photo is not going to be looked at as much.
Yeah.
If if it's not a vertical photo that wasn't taken with a smartphone, maybe it won't be seen as much. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I'm just speculating right now.
Yeah.
But I do know that I believe that there are companies and organizations that are looking to cut costs.
Mhm.
And I do believe that they may lean towards just having someone who has a phone
Yeah.
to do all of their content for their social media.
Mhm.
Not necessarily someone who is a professional who may know
Yeah.
composition, who
Yeah, how
may
you don't have to shoot on like, auto is what everybody shoots on, right? But if you
exactly.
don't know the different yeah,
So I wonder if some of that is happening.
yeah,
You know, I don't know for sure, but maybe maybe a company can save costs, cut costs or whatever. You know, everyone is good with their phones now.
yeah,
So, you know, we know what do you really need for your company? I do know that there are still companies out there that have a high standard,
mhm,
you know, and they want their content to look as professional as possible.
mhm,
But I also know there's companies out there that just need something consistent,
yeah,
right? Because there's so much on social media now.
yeah,
And I've heard so many times that you just need to be consistent,
mhm.
right? So I don't know, we can go on and on about this forever,
Good.
but it is a fun, tough topic to discuss and explore. I wish I kind of knew more about it, but I'm just kind of sharing with you some of my observations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, and I think it makes sense when you're saying to somebody who has never picked up a camera before, it's important to not only learn how to, like, shoot on auto, right? Anybody can do that, but if you learn behind it and I feel like it's almost like a degree, right? If you know how to fix it all yourself. See, I'm not a photographer, and clearly you can tell. But if you can set up your portrait and you can manually adjust everything, then you're one step ahead of the auto people.
I
And
think,
be consistent about it.
yeah, I think so. I think um, DSLR mirrorless cameras. I think all the professional cameras will be around
Yeah.
for specific purposes.
Hmm.
They may cater to certain needs of certain companies, right?
Hmm.
I don't know if National Geographic is going to prefer someone to show up on assignment and just use their
Their
phone.
phone, yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope it doesn't get to that point,
Mm-mm.
but I think the big takeaway here is to be adaptable.
Hmm.
And if you are a professional photographer, videographer, professional content creator, um, to have a little bit of adaptability
Yeah.
and to incorporate some of the stuff you do see that's trending on social media into your work because
Yeah.
I think it's important now.
Yeah.
I think you have to remain competitive, and so you have to do what you have to do sometimes.
We all have to like shift, right, to where we're headed,
We do.
or we'll get left behind.
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a little game with you. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right, it's this or that. So, would you rather take pics of moldy fruit for the rest of your life or just eyebrows? People's eyebrows.
Oh my goodness. I feel like if you're taking photos of eyebrows, you're also taking photos of the eyes.
That's true. Yeah.
And and through the eyes, like your eyes are the windows to your soul.
Look, spoken like a true photographer.
You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for the eyes.
I mean,
Go for the
everyone's
eyebrows. The
different.
eyebrows, because you're gonna get the eye probably.
Okay, so would you rather go to the future or travel back in time?
Oh my goodness. I've been watching so many UFO alien YouTube documentaries. I've been keeping
Yeah.
up what's going on with Congress. Um, I hope one day governments will be transparent. If they have found
It's
anything out there,
wild,
be
right?
transparent about it, please, because
They
I think
haven't been.
they have not been. I think they're trying to not be transparent. I don't know what that means,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think governments are trying to not disclose what if they do have something.
Oh, yeah.
So I think for me, I think I want to know, yes, the future.
Mhm.
If we know, we probably know a lot about the future right now,
Yeah.
but it's not being told to us.
Mhm.
So I'd like to know
Yeah,
about what else is going on.
yeah.
If we do know about something that's going to happen like in the future, let us know, right?
Let us know. Yeah, so we can prepare, right?
That's right.
It's okay. These are gonna be rapid fire, so quick.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, cool.
You can only take one photo. The last photo you're ever gonna take. What is it?
Sunset.
Okay. Which superhero would you want to be?
Spider-Man.
What's your favorite place to visit?
Ooh, oh my gosh. I want to say Beagle.
Okay. What's your number one red flag?
Mm, red flag. I guess I don't know. I'm trying to be quick here. I guess it would be um bad hygiene.
Oh, that's okay. What shows are what shows are you watching right now?
Let's see, shows. You know what? I've been watching Selling Sunset on
Oh,
Netflix.
I
Yeah,
love it. I just finished it maybe like 2, 3 weeks ago.
it's a terrible thing to watch.
But it gets you though, right?
It's fun though. Yeah, it's fun for me.
Okay, Coke or Pepsi?
I would do Coke.
What is your last Google search?
Let's see. It would be. Mm, oh, I was googling the best um the best brushcraft knife for camping. Like if you're out in the woods
Right.
and you need a knife to for survival purposes,
Yeah.
what knife should you have?
Oh, okay.
And
Was that
so,
right before here you were nervous about coming over here?
all right,
Just
that was
kidding.
yesterday.
Okay, so would you rather be alone and wealthy or in a relationship living a modest life?
You know what? Oh my gosh, I think I would have to say to be alone
And
and
wealthy?
wealthy. Yeah,
I didn't think you'd choose that one. That's cool. Which podcast are you going to tell everyone to listen to?
your podcast, of course.
Nailed it.
Yes.
I did forget to
Okay.
ask you. So you do photography, but You came over here and you were like, I have a bunch of paint on my hands, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm so sorry.
No. I mean, it's fine. But
My
what's going
hands look
on? You're also
terrible.
getting into flipping.
Yeah, so I've just been during the pandemic, I had the time, business was a little slow, and I thought it might be good to learn some new skills and see what else I could figure out. And so, yeah, just my partner and I decided to pick up this little house in Government Hill, and I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos and read a whole bunch of stuff online and bought a bunch of tools and just went to town. I completely gutted the place and
You
fixed it
did.
all up myself. Yeah. So it's pretty much done. It's up on Airbnb if you guys would like to check it out. I call it the Muncie House.
Muncie House.
Yes, and it has some cool artwork inside, and I have plants, and it's a cool little spot for anyone who's looking to stay by the Pearl. You can cruise the golf cart to
Yeah.
the Pearl Brewery.
Oh, cool.
So, but yeah, I'm redoing the outside, and so I was painting the outside before I came over here. Yeah, yeah. So
And it's cold, so
yeah,
if you're not done, you said you're gonna go back and try to paint more?
yeah. I think I might finish a little bit more tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna get it all done before it gets too cold and
Yeah.
wet, 'cause then, the paint doesn't dry like it should,
Yeah.
so, yeah, but I'm almost done with it. It's coming along. I think it's a cool little spot. It has some history to it. It was the neighborhood tortilla factory, like, back in the '60s and
Oh,
'70s,
interesting.
and a UTSA professor, picked it up and, did some work to it, um, but it wasn't completed, and so, I took over, gutted everything out, and then, it's safe to live in. A lot of these old houses,
Yeah.
you gotta watch out
Yes.
'cause, you know, there's things in there in old houses that can harm you, and so, I made sure, like, I removed all the lead and
Yeah.
asbestos and stuff like that,
That's
so
crazy. Yeah.
it's good to go, but yeah, it has a cool little vibe. The hardwood floors are historic,
Yeah.
the original hardwood floors
Cool.
so it has a it has some cool, features to the house, definitely.
It's funny how it's like if you wanna learn something, you're just like, "Let me go on YouTube and just, like, learn how to flip a whole
I'm
house."
telling you guys, like, I'm an advocate, for education. I think
Mhm.
we sh education is our biggest equalizer, especially in the Latino community.
Yeah.
I've finish your education, get your college education, do that for yourself. Um
And then go on YouTube.
And then go on YouTube if there's anything else you wanna learn,
Yeah.
because there's a lot there, and, if it's not on YouTube, I guess go back to, college and
Yeah.
continue your education, but yeah.
We're entering a new year. Is there anything new we could expect from you in 2024?
You know what? I've really been thinking about bringing back Humans of San Antonio.
Yeah?
Really just, so we'll see. I wanna continue to develop my craft as a photographer and videographer, but also reengage in community and see kinda where we can go from there. I'd love to see another music festival
Mhm.
in San Antonio, maybe closer to downtown, maybe closer to
Yeah.
the inner city. I
Mhm.
think would be cool. I'm looking forward to NCAA.
Oh.
I think they're coming back in 2025,
Mhm.
and they put on like this amazing music festival that's free and open to the public. I don't know if you went last time.
Mm-mm.
I think it was 2017. I think last time they were in town, but I do want to see a music festival.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something I can get into. Maybe that could be something new I could talk about. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm really passionate about it.
That'd be cool. Hey, and you'd be able to take the coolest pictures at a music
Yeah,
festival.
it'd be awesome. It'd be cool. I know we have a lot of potential in San Antonio, not
Yes.
just for music festivals, but
Oh, yeah.
all sorts of stuff. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see our city get to its potential for sure.
Yeah. No, well, if anyone can do it, it's gonna be you.
Oh my gosh, we gotta create the community now. We gotta get a village
I
together
know.
and start knocking things off the checklist,
Yeah,
if you
for
will.
sure. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I'm
This was
sorry I
super
took
fun.
you away from your painting,
No,
but
it's all good. This is nice, very relaxing. I needed to chill for a little bit, so this is
good.
great. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you watched the entire video and you made it here. If people are looking for you on social media, where can they find you?
Yeah, Humans of SA. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Michael.
Cool. Thank you. See you. That was fun.